Yorkshire's dreams of winning the LV County Championship title in their 150th year withered away, even though they ripped through Middlesex on the second day of their match at Headingley, Carnegie. After plenty of rain on day one, the home side resumed their first innings on the second morning on 109 for 3, and they lost Johnny Bairstow in the day's 7th over with an edge off Tim Murtagh to David Milan. It must have been difficult mentally for the Yorkshire players who'd worked so hard all year to give themselves a great chance of winning their first title since the year 2001. Durham's dramatic win in Derby at the weekend, coupled with the rain in Hove, meant that claiming that title was going to be difficult, but the events on Tuesday in Durham had made things even tougher. Kane Williamson and Gary Ballance advanced the total along to 142 before the latter was the fifth man to fall, with a nick off Gareth Berg behind. It was 166 for 6 when Adil Rashid gave Tom Helm his maiden first-class wicket on debut, John Simpson with the catch again. In the same over, Williamson reached another 50 for his new county, and it was probably amongst the slowest of his career. It occupied 174 balls, from which he'd struck 7 boundaries, and it was an important knock. After all, where there is life, there is hope, and Yorkshire were just about still breathing as far as their title aspirations were concerned. He and Liam Plunkett added 21 runs for the 7th wicket, and by this time of the day, Durham simply needed to beat Nottinghamshire at home to claim their 3rd title in the last 6 seasons, whatever happened here. Williamson's long vigil was ended after nearly 4.5 hours when he edged a drive off Helm behind on 52 at 187 for 7, while Plunkett was also out 2 runs later when he edged Berg to Ollie Rayner in the slips. Stephen Patterson then joined forces with Ryan Sidebottom to earn Yorkshire a batting bonus point before lunch. But Sidebottom edged Murtagh to Rayner after the break to go at 204 for 9, and Yorkshire had to make do with just 1 batting bonus point when Patterson edged Corey Collymore behind to give Simpson his 6th catch of the innings. Yorkshire were all out for 210. Yet that appears to be plenty. Chris Rogers soon started something of a batting collapse for Middlesex in reply, driving Patterson off the meat of his bat, but only to Rashid with just 9 runs on the board. It was 21 for 2 when Joe Denley nicked Patterson to a diving Adam Lyth in the slips, and 45 for 3 as Milan got a feather to a ball from the same bowler after contributing 15 runs. That turned out to be the second best score of the entire innings, with the only man to better it being Sam Robson, who showed some of the form which had made many a cricket pundit big him up as a future international earlier on in the season. Since that story broke, Robson's not been at his best, but he showed glimpses here. He was out for 45 after the excitable Jack Brooks came on to have him caught behind by Bairstow at 86 for 4. And the rest were blown away in the next 14 overs. Neil Dexter was yet another to be caught at the wicket, one of 12 from 20 wickets in the match to fall thus far, and 10 in this particular day. Berg went to the same combination, but this time with a fine leg side glance off Sidebottom for 8 at 106 for 6. And that became 110 for 7, as Simpson was LBW to Brooks for 14. Bairstow then claimed his 5th dismissal of the innings to remove Helm, whose debut first-class knock brought him 4 runs. And it was 6 behind the stumps for the England man, as Murtagh was taken behind off a waft which gave Sidebottom his 3rd wicket of his spell, the same as Brooks and Patterson. The ex-England opener then moved ahead of the rest by having Rayner caught by Brooks in the deep. Middlesex were all out for just 128 to give the home side something to smile about on what was an otherwise disappointing day for them. What this day may well do is guarantee a 2nd place finish for Yorkshire, no mean feat for a side which only returned to the top flight last year. Lyth and Phil Jakes took their lead to 86 in the 5 overs that they had to see out before the day's end. They'll resume on day 3 on 4 without loss in their 2nd innings.